Hey, I wanted to change the structure of this a little bit and try to make it more of a daily journal or a vlernal, since we put the V's in front of things when we've made videos out of them. And it's going to be an initial gratitude journaling that I want to try to do with some mindfulness journaling and then some manifestation journaling, or vernaling. And I want to try to incorporate that daily and see if there's some benefit that comes out of it. I'm sure that there will be, but I have a hard time finding space to just sit down and write for the purpose of writing in a journal aspect, because I'm taking pockets of time and writing for the Howl in the Bark, taking time to write for kind of pipeline ideas and things that I'm trying to do. And I actually I realized this morning there was something I was doing from Storyworthy called Homework for Life, where you kind of go through and write a short little sentence about what your day was about and use that. Sometimes you'll get ideas for different stories to tell out of that. And I haven't done it in about a week. I completely blanked on it with doing all these other things. So I'm going to take some steps back from the journal writing and do them here, since I'm doing this daily already, and then try to get back to doing some of those other things that were helping me tell stories or prepare for stories or prep up stories. So, gratitude journaling. Today, I'm grateful for my kids. Both of them started school today. Wee PC started kindergarten, and she was so nervous. She is typically, when she's comfortable around people, she's just this wild little kid that's trying to have a good time all the time. We walked in the doors and she shut down. She was quiet. She was hugging on mom. She didn't want to venture too far away. She's trying to stay safe. And in her class, she actually sits next to a kid that was on a soccer team with her. So she knows somebody, but she was still extremely nervous. So I'm excited to pick her up today. We're going to pick them up earlier than we normally do. They normally go to daycare afterwards, but we'll pick them up and try to have a conversation with her about her day and see how much she shares and if it got better throughout the day. And then little PC started third grade today, and he is just like, whatever, I got this. I want to walk by myself. He's starting to get a little more independent. But we've had to have a chat with him because he likes to rush through things. When he's writing, he's just scribbling things down. He's not thinking about how to spell words that he's not comfortable with. And his writing kind of looks scribbly. In third grade, they kind of sent a note out that third grade is really where you have this transition of this easy work, kindergarten through second, to this, you're going to start being held accountable for a lot more things. And we're trying to set up more positive reinforcement ideas. We don't want to incentivize our kids for grades. We found articles and had talks with people that may not be the best way to go about doing the grades, but finding ways to incentivize the little pieces around the grades, like making sure you always do your homework and always do. So we'll figure that out. We'll probably still incentivize the grades. I don't know. Like, it just makes sense, right? You get X for A's and whatever. But he was not nervous. He was excited. He's sitting next to some people he also is friends with from previous grades. So both of them started school today, and they were both very excited and nervous about their first day going back to school. So we picked them up early, and we're gonna have a chat. And I'm excited to kind of hear about the day. That was really nice. All right, so after gratitude, I want to talk about mindfulness. So this is something I'm trying to get a little bit better about. If anybody asked my wife if I like to talk about what's going through my mind, she would say yes, a little too much. But I don't really talk about how I'm feeling all that much. Like, I kind of talk about what I'm thinking about, the avenues in which I think that's going to manifest itself into some type of conflict or whatever. And I have all these different scenarios in my head, but I don't really talk about how I'm feeling about those things. So I do want to start talking a little more about something daily in a mindfulness aspect. I might not get fully into feelings, but that's my goal, is to try to figure out how to move into that. So I think that if I want to talk about mindfulness, I'm probably going to discuss. I actually didn't think about this in advance. I didn't think about this in advance, and I'm regretting that right now. Mindfulness. Let's talk about how nervous I am to try to edit and put out more videos. That's really top of mind right now, and I know it's not maybe the best first topic. I'll come up with some better ones. I'll have to think about them in advance. But so I want to do more videos. I want to start putting things together, and I don't have the funds to pay for somebody to do all of my videos, right? So I'm gonna learn to do some editing. I kind of just did one on the gaming channel where I wanted to talk about the transition between crosshair mode and mini map mode. And I went and I pulled the video up, I reviewed it, and I did this short little 5-minute review and completely unedited and just put it in there. I want to transition and try to tell a better story. And I think I have to set those stories up. And that kind of vulnerability to put something, edit it, create it, feel good about it, and put it out there and get the feedback for something that I'm not comfortable with, which is this kind of, I guess, technology, editing software, those type of things. And even if I have a good idea or a good story idea, which I don't know that I do, I'm concerned that I won't be able to tell it well enough. So there's a lot of anxiety around taking this on. This is going to be time, this is going to be effort into doing something that I believe the people who are around and watching these things because they enjoy my silliness, they think that I'm chill or wholesome, things like that. I believe that they won't mind, but I'm also trying to potentially get people who don't know me through Woohoojin to come and check out the channel. And I think that's the avenue that I'm a little bit worried about that. I think for the most part, Woohoojin's community has a very positive outlook on a lot of things. When people try to do things, the most vocal of the people in the Discord are very positive and very uplifting. They're very motivating, and they like to see people keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. So there's this transition that I'm kind of trying to make that there is some anxiety around that, and but I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to be vulnerable. That's something that I preach, and I'm just I guess actualizing words. I'm just verbalizing. Thank you. I'm just verbalizing the anxiety that I'm feeling for trying this new thing. And I do new things all the time. I'm comfortable with doing new things, but there's also this, empty space, this black hole of the internet that has not even come into contact with the things that I do. And there is some concern about feedback and how I will react to the feedback. If it's purely negative, that actually pisses me off. I hate purely negative people for the sake of being negative. It's lazy and it's mean. So there's no reason to do those things, and those people exist, and I'll have to figure out how to get over those things. But that's my mindfulness note for today. Then manifestation. So I'd like manifestation. So this is my favorite kind of journaling. I like to talk about what it is I'm planning, what it is I'm trying to do, and kind of discuss the structure of it. Part of the manifestation also, I want to talk about kind of this daily updates I was already doing. So where I'm going with this personal improvement, this self-improvement, wellness thing that I'm doing. I won't explain this every time, but I wanted to do that this time. So where I'm going, what's going on? I am halfway through the week and I'm already down another 3 pounds. So W with that. And the biggest change that I've noticed has been that I don't eat until 11, and I'm not all that hungry until after 10 o'clock. So it took about a week and a half for my body to just kind of get used to itself, and get used to the new routine. And I kind of complained a little bit at the end of last week about how like I expected to see more results than I did. And I was doing some reading, and so I remember hearing about your body kind of going into starvation mode, and it starts to trap food, and or starts to trap fat and hold on to fat. And I'm wondering if that's kind of where that delay was, and my body getting used to, oh, okay, you are going to eat. Okay, you are going to eat. And then starting to find ways to uh, adjust to that. And the walking, the movement, I've been doing a lot more when I move around the office. I go up and down the stairs more often. I'm trying to work my muscles out more than I had in the past while still just mostly doing walking. And that is the I think I'm starting to kind of see that. And I'm still like when I was doing the videos while I was walking, you could kind of hear me like kind of breathing a little heavily. That's still happening, but I feel less out of breath than I was before. I'm still trying to walk as quickly as I was. So obviously just doing it more often, that's what's going to happen. And then as I transition into running, then it's going to be the until I get used to that, or probably never actually again, because I used to be able to run miles and not feel out of breath. Because I wasn't sprinting them basically, and I don't think that'll ever come back. I have to do that for years, and I don't know that that's I'm not going to be racing or anything like that. So that's my update. That's my quick update for kind of how those things are going. I only got 5 hours of sleep last night because we were trying to do a Fun Day Friday, and I sacrificed a little bit of sleep for that. I still got up at 6:30. I wasn't tired, so as long as I think I get back to my my routine tonight, then easy, right? We'll no harm, no foul, I think, at the end of the day for that. Future state. So I kind of just talked about the thing that I want to do with videos. I'm trying to find the time and space to edit, to start that editing side and figure those things out. I kind of keep saying that I want to do more storytelling and figuring out how to tell a good story, if it's via video or if it's via the blog that I'm writing. And I need to find time to figure out how to edit a little bit better. And again, I'm not too worried about how great the edit is. I want to tell the story and have the story come through the edit, and then I'll figure out how to be better at editing. I think the story is going to be more important than the editing, as long as it's not absolutely trash. That's where I'm kind of going with it. So we'll figure that out. But that's my update for today. Already started on a good note. Dropped the kids off first day of school, and everybody seemed happy. I'm already rocking 4,000 steps before 9 o'clock, and that's going to be an easy 6K again today. So we'll keep powering through that, and I'm going to eventually start to change my target to be 8K and then eventually 10K. I don't know. I think if I start running the it doesn't even track those steps, if I remember correctly. I'll have to figure that out. So I don't know what that's going to do to, right? I'm getting 2,000 steps early in the day. If it stops tracking it while I'm running, then if anything else, it's going to cut it down because I'm moving faster through that mile or 2 miles or whatever it ends up being. So we'll figure that out as we go. But I have all the things to do to keep the activity up, to keep the sleep up, and to keep the productivity up. And it feels great. I'm not seeing any short-term concerns. Again, I will throw out the moment some type of stress hits. What's the first thing that I stop doing, and go from there. So I did some deviation. I don't feel like that is was a detriment, because I know I can get back and I don't feel tired today. So we'll go through that, but it's going to be a good day. I hope you have a great day, and we'll do this together.